Say it isn't snow. Yep, more snow in the forecast. Hey there, friends. Meteorologist Shane Smith here. Sunday night, December 7th, about 10:15. And yeah, you can see the map off to my side. I was talking about it on WKYT this morning. A little bit of light snow heading our way. Don't think it's going to be a lot. Don't think this is going to be a big deal for most of us, especially here in London. My students or faculty friends watching in Laurel County, set that alarm. I think we're getting up, we going to school. I don't think this is going to be one of those that causes problems for us. Now, north of us, and especially on out east, this one could be a little bit of a problem maker because of when it's going to hit and how hard it's going to hit. Not really hitting much right now, though. Here's a look at radar Omega. A few scattered rain showers starting to fire up along the cold front. Now, off to the south, I'm going to put the map into motion. You're going to notice there is a ton of moisture starting to come up out of that area of low pressure down around New Orleans, and it is riding right along that front. The question is, how does that moisture interact with that cold air that's diving in from the northwest? Can they come together to put down the snow? I think they will. I just don't think here in London it's going to happen much. I think it's going to be elsewhere in Kentucky, especially because right now we're at 44 degrees. So we got to cool it off 12 more degrees before we really deal with any kind of snow in earnest. Winter weather advisory out, though, for a good chunk of the state. Lexington Metro included in that, Moorhead included in that, Irvin included in that, Sayersville, back over to West Liberty, Prestonsburg, Paintsville included in that, Pikeville, Harlan, and on down into portions of Letcher County as well, Whitesburg. So those folks may see a slushy coating to an inch up to 2 inches, maybe even 3 in the higher elevations. But for most of us, this is not going to be a big deal snow. Here's a look at the current temperature map from the Kentucky Mesonet. And a lot of folks have been asking me about the Mesonet lately. I've been showing more data from it. The Kentucky Mesonet is a real-time weather observation network housed by Western Kentucky University. If y'all didn't know, Western Kentucky University is where our official state climatology office is located. They keep all the records of climate data here in Kentucky. I got a chance to learn more about that program when I was a student at Western. I'm a big advocate for that program. They put together a lot of good data that helps farmers, it helps commercial industry, it helps logistics companies kind of plan around the typical weather we see in Kentucky. And they also keep those real-time readings, which helps with weather forecasting. So private meteorologists, National Weather Service meteorologists, broadcast meteorologists, digital meteorologists, we all have free access to this data and can use it, and it is fantastic. So if you haven't checked them out, head over to kymesonet.org. Not sponsored, but they are awesome, and I love what they are doing, and I love showing off their data. So we have got temperatures into the mid to low 30s up in northern Kentucky. So the cold front is moving in. It has entered the state. Elvis is in the building, but he's got to get all the way across the state because we're still in the mid 40s across a good chunk of southern and eastern Kentucky. So we got a lot of cooling to do overnight before we turn that rain over to snow. And it is going to start as rain. Let's take a look at the future radar. I'm going to roll it back real quick. Started out right around midnight. Scattered rain showers. By 3 a.m. Eastern Time, snow breaking out along I-64, rain south of 64. Here we are, 4 a.m. Some wintry mix around E-Town. Pretty good band of snow developing along I-64. Snow in the higher elevations in eastern Kentucky, rain down in the valleys. All rain to start off with for a while in southeastern Kentucky. Then as that cold air wraps in, far east Kentucky gets in on the heavy snow. We almost get like a little spin up of low pressure that's going to intensify those bands in eastern Kentucky and spread out that comma head of snow. Bowling Green may even get in on a little bit of action. I don't think it's going to stick much out there, but you may see some festive flakes early tomorrow morning over in Bowling Green. Here in London, the flakes probably start flying 7, 8 o'clock in the morning if we can get that cold air wrapping in. But at that point, the buses have already ran, kiddos. And the snow tapers off just after lunchtime. And I don't think we're going to see a whole lot here in London. So London, Corbin, down into Whitley County, over towards Wayne and McCreary counties, Pulaski County. If you're looking for a snow day from this one, probably not getting it. A little bit further north, a little bit further east, definitely a possibility. Pikeville, you're probably seeing snow all the way up till 3 or 4 o'clock on Monday. So how much could we see? Here's the HRRR's outlook. About a half inch in London, Somerset, inch north of that, up towards Danville, inch in Lexington, inch in Moorhead, inch in West Liberty, start getting up to around 2 inches over towards Sayersville, Pikeville, Prestonsburg, Paintsville. That's the HRRR model's take. European model, not pushing the snow shield as heavy into central Kentucky, but the same general idea. GFS is very similar to the HRRR, just a little bit more widespread. The German model, very in line with the GFS. That's a pretty good agreement. Same from the NAM model. So we're noticing most of the models have converged towards a solution. So this tells me we've got a pretty good chance of this happening. Here's the NAM 3K model. Clay County, I've struggled with y'all. I think y'all may get a dusting to an inch, but it's going to be close. It's going to be real close. I think the eastern end and the northern end of Clay County have a better chance of seeing snow. Manchester proper, don't know that you're getting much out of this. It's going to be that close. It may be one of those cases we're over at Oneida, or Oneida. I can never remember the pronunciation on that. Remind me, my friends over in Clay County. Over there, Redbird, there's a spot that's a little easier to say. About a half inch or so possible. Back towards Manchester, I'm not expecting accumulation. Rapid refresh model also showing something similar. The British model showing something similar. So right now, this is probably the highest confidence snowfall forecast I've had for one of these systems. I just think this area in the south and back towards Bowling Green, even though we may see flakes fly, I just don't think they're going to stick too much. I think we're going to see too much rain before the snow sets in. I may be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. But I think our best chances of snow are in central Kentucky and especially far eastern Kentucky, where those winter weather advisories are currently active. All right. That's all I've got for you tonight, friends. Wanted to give a big shout out to the staff up at WKYT. Chris, thanks for having me up this weekend. Robert, thank you for everything you did for me. And Alexa Minton was a savior this weekend with some of the technical stuff on the website. So Alexa, thank you very much. Had a great time. Maybe doing some more fill-in work for them in January, potentially. We will see. But always happy to help out my friends up in the bluegrass. Always happy to jump back on TV and talk a little weather, and always happy to talk a little weather here. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button. We just passed 500 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. And we just passed 2,500 followers on Facebook. You guys make it possible to do this more often and more frequently with your support. So thank you. Keep sharing, keep liking, and we'll keep talking weather. And I think there's going to be a lot to talk about. We didn't even get to really talk about the frigid cold heading our way. Clipper mania towards the end of the week. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. All right, friends. Until then, take care. I'll catch you all next time.